Don't touch me there.
You're not a priest. All right, welcome back to 127 Studios, 127Cast. I am Clinton, the Ox, Sano, and I'm joined today with Tommy, the Memphis Maniac, Craig.
That's cool. I can do it. I can go with it.
You like that?
I like that. Anal bleaching was nice, but
Anal bleaching was nice, but it just wasn't your bag.
nah. I haven't bleached my bag one time.
Here's a book signed by Tommy Craig, Anal Bleaching and How to Do It. This kind of stuff is my bag.
Okay then.
Before we get going, welcome to the new studio. Been a long time coming. Let us know what you guys think in the comments and whatnot. If you're listening to this, we moved locations. Today's episode is brought to you by me. I did this. This is all me. Not tooting my own horn, but boop, boop, boop. So yeah, we're excited. Going to try a few new things. We told you when we first started that we were going to be trying some new stuff here and there, and trying to keep you guys entertained as best we can. So today, so first off, last night I joined a meme page. You know, to get all the best memes, you gotta join the pages apparently. And I joined a page, and it said to post a selfie only and comment assumptions based off of the thing. And I'm like, all right, roasting is what we're doing.
Basically, yes.
So I posted one, and I was like, I can't wait for this. So I'll put up, let's see if I can get it up on the computer first. I'm kind of having some technical difficulties with the computer. Internet's not so good here. Another thing while I'm doing this, you can now find us on Facebook, 127 Studios, and follow us on there. I post memes and thoughts and stuff like that there, videos, TikToks, another way to try to keep you guys entertained. So find us there. And again, if the video format is not your bag, you can find us online at Wix.com. It's sano3333.wixsite.com/127 Studios. Look for us on Google Podcasts and also on Spotify.
Nice.
The more I do, the more I have to like just put out there.
You're not on my podcast app yet, so.
What podcast app do you use?
Podcast Addict.
Podcast Addict.
Yep.
Okay. I wonder if it is, because I'll get notifications. What I do is I go through Anchor.
I'll tell you in just a second.
Anchor.com.
Right.
And they distribute it to the websites. And then I'll post this picture that I'm looking for on the screen so you guys can see it once it comes up.
You're not the only 127.
Oh no, there's a lot of 127s.
127 House of Prayer. I'm definitely not on that one. That's for sure.
Yeah, there's a few 127s. I figured that if I go to get the copyright for it, I'll have to do something like 127 Studios, Entertainment and Productions, Productions. Just add to it. Do the whole...
So 127 was your address, correct?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Tommy.
I'm just wondering why other people would have it, that's why.
Yeah. It's because I'm, everybody's like, that's a great number. Yeah, that's how I came up with it. Was 127 was my
Everybody doesn't know
address.
you live in Hinton, so they can't find your house anyway. Don't worry.
In Hinton, Massachusetts.
What are we looking for?
I'm looking for the picture that I posted on that
gotcha.
meme page to
get roasted?
To get roasted, yeah. I only got a couple comments, so I was like, I was hoping for more. Like, I wanted to see how brutal they could get.
I'm going to check this site out then.
You want to be roasted? I'm gonna roast you.
Honestly, I have no fun. I have problems. No problem at all roasting people.
Okay, where's it at here? All right. Oh, wow, it's actually starting to move pretty fast. Okay, so here's the picture I posted. Okay, so again, there was assumptions only. So we have fresh cut for your online dating profile. Okay. Clinton, you wear a biker cut and talk to girls half your age on Omegle. What is that?
No clue.
Okay, must be some kind of dating site.
I'm married, I wouldn't know.
Looks like you've beat all the Zelda games. And the last one is divorced and your ex-wife is financially sucking you dry.
Okay.
So we're gonna move on from that one. Okay.
Maybe it's somebody you knew that commented on that.
No. She's not sucking me financially dry. I played the game and I lost. So, up on the screen now is our website. If you guys are curious, started adding people to here. I'm gonna have to add the Memphis Maniac onto this cast of characters here. And then every week we have the 127 cast of the week. You guys can check out on there. So check that out. Got kind of a little playlist going there. So maybe I'll figure out something, a way to make like a playlist on like Pandora or something that people can follow with the tracks that we find. Well, a lot of the tracks that I've been finding are like covers.
Yeah.
So they're not like actually like out there on everything to follow and everything. So, but I thought that was going to be funner than it was. So I went through all that. So speaking of Pandora, that's a nice segue into Pandora. They have a family plan now. So you can do, and this is, I'm not sponsored by Pandora or nothing. I just,
He's trying.
I love them. I use them all the time. But you have the Pandora Plus, Pandora Premium. So the Plus is just like regular Pandora without commercials and unlimited skips.
Yeah.
The Premium is like your Spotify, where you can make your playlist, you can download and listen to full albums and stuff on the app and everything, and it's pretty great. So Plus is $10 a month, and the family pack you can have up to like 6 different profiles on for $15 a month.
It's about average because we have the Google Music that we use, and we have the family one that's $14.99 is what it is.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's sweet. So now my kid will be able to use it and everything, and I can have different music playing in different rooms if I really care. I don't know.
Put the ex-wife on so she can suck you dry even more.
Oh, Tommy.
I'm still admiring the studio.
Yeah, I mean, it looks great.
Yes.
Over here.
Yes. Yes, it does. That's all. That's all anyone is to be concerned with.
Yeah, that's all you guys see. As far as you know, this is a nice office building across the street from, what do I say, Memphis Catering. I don't know.
I had no clue where you were going with that.
I have no idea.
They don't have to know that we're actually in the back room of a meth house.
This side business, that side party.
Still business. That's where the money's made.
So, I bought a Ninja blender.
My wife wants one.
Oh, I bought them to do fruit smoothies. So I quit smoking. I haven't been drinking as much.
Nice.
And so now, I'm getting back to eating just chicken all the time and pork and burger. So now I'm doing fruit smoothies. I need to figure out a way to add some veggies in there. So if you got great smoothie recipes, let me know so I can get all my fruits and vegetables in one healthy, hearty cup.
I refuse to eat healthy. Cuts out all the good food.
But then, now I've been making frappuccinos. The frozen coffee, yeah. So, and it's super easy. I thought that you made it with ice cream, but you don't. It's just, you make coffee, and then you blend in your creamer and your, I put creamer and chocolate.
Doesn't sound good.
Oh, it's delicious.
I don't drink coffee though, so.
Oh, it's delicious. My kid loves them. So last night I went out to see her, and I took her a thing of creamer, refrigerated coffee that I had already made, because you got to make it strong. So I took that out with the chocolate syrup and everything, and I'm like, all you need is ice in the blender. And she sent me a picture this morning. They went all the way. Her and her mom went all the way. They put the whipped cream on top and the chocolate syrup and everything. Like professional. Who needs Starbucks when
lots of people.
Lots of people.
It's not the same if you don't have the cup that says Starbucks on it, and that kills your status. You can't. Everybody has to look like they can afford the expensive shit.
Right. So we were talking about COVID, and not that either of us have it. But see, I've been off of work for the last week because I was helping my grandmother move, and her basement is extremely moldy, caused me to have a cough for a couple days. And they sent me home from work because they weren't sure. I wasn't sure either, but I was like, I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Given the circumstances at your job right now, I'm sure they were trying to be very careful.
No, and that's fine. I get it. So I left, and then I went and got tested the next day, and yeah, they stuck it up my nose. So they have you tip your head back, and they just relax. Kind of. It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't feel good either. It feels like you're getting a splinter in your nose.
See, because I'm having to have one done in the morning. Okay. I'm nervous.
Where are you going to get it done?
In Sioux City at Unity Point Health.
Mercy One?
No. Unity Point, Unity Health or whatever.
Okay.
It's right across the street from where the Fleet Farm is now. It's
okay. So the Mercy One is Mercy Hospital,
right?
And that one's the Floyd, or not Floyd Valley. That's
associated with Unity Point, whatever that other hospital is.
Yeah. St. Luke's. There we go. Yeah. And then
not Death Valley.
In order to go back to work, I have to have not one, but 2 negative tests. So I got my results Thursday from my first test that I got on Monday.
So it took that long?
That's how long it took from Floyd Valley.
Okay.
But they think that they send those ones out. They got to send them to Sioux Falls.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Because
those that takes about 24 to 48 hours to get back or so. The ones that I'm getting done with, they said they can have back within an hour.
Oh, they got the speedy ones.
Yeah.
Okay, which would have been nice. But so I got my results back Thursday afternoon. Called work and was like, hey, got my results, good to go. They're like, now you have to have 2. I'm like, I gotta go do that again? So then they're like, try going to Mercy One in Sioux City. People said that it doesn't seem so bad. So when I went there, I was ready for another brain poke, and she actually just did it in the throat like you would do strep.
Oh.
So if
Maybe
you got an option, you can say, like, can you do it in the throat?
Which one's worse?
I mean, either way, it sucks.
I worry about my gag reflex. You know, during college, I had some bad times.
Tell me more.
$20 is $20.
$20 is $20. That's gonna have to go on a T-shirt or something, because that keeps getting brought up on the show.
Have you not seen that T-shirt?
$20 is
There is
$20. But I'm just, you know,
It says I'm not gay, but $20 is $20.
Yeah.
I've got the shirt.
I'm sure you do. It just keeps getting brought up. Yeah, I gag easily. She just goes.
I heard.
She goes. Open your mouth, and I got a long tongue. She's got to get your tongue out of the way, and I'm like. And she just goes, and I'm like.
You're not making me feel better about tomorrow at all.
Oh, I'd rather. I don't know. The throat wasn't so bad because then you could drink something to get it away. The nose one, it kind of felt like that all day. Just kind of not that it hurt, but it was.
I have to go to work right afterwards, so
it's not going to affect working or anything, but you could feel that you had something shoved up your nose.
gotcha. Okay.
So it's not comfortable by any means.
So the fact that I'm going to work afterwards obviously means I'm not being tested because they think I have it. I'm having to have surgery, so therefore,
Right.
it's required. You have to have it
Right.
before surgery.
That's like your heart health and everything.
Yeah.
You got to have that done too,
Yeah.
going into surgery and everything. Which they're always surprised when I have something done. They're like, "Your heart seems really strong." I'm like, "Why do you sound surprised? Is it because I'm fat?"
They must have a quick. What I'm getting must be the quick result one because I'm having it done tomorrow and I'm having surgery on Wednesday. So
I've been asked about that. People are like, do they have the quick one? I was like, I don't know what they have. I'm just going because I got told I had to.
they must be doing it that way because she told me they have to have my results back for at least 24 to 48 hours before I can go into surgery. And I'm having it done tomorrow and my surgery is scheduled for Wednesday. So it must be a quick one.
That's good.
I'm good with quick ones.
The worst thing was just sitting around waiting. You know, like. So, like...
I'm not even concerned about having it or not. I mean, honestly, I feel I've already had it. Back in January, I think I had all this shit.
I said, will this test tell you if you've had it? They're like, no, it's only if you have it.
Yeah, that's an antibodies test. That's a totally different test.
And I was like, I'm like, what would it take for people to start getting that?
that's a little more money involved. That's what a lot of what Trump and the governors and shit are arguing about. Because the governors want people to take antibodies tests to see how many people have already had it.
And that's kind of what I want. I want to know if I had it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one of those people that legitimately I don't get sick that often, and like if I think I'm more of a carrier than I am of a.
Well, in early January, I never run fever. No matter how sick I am, I've never got a fever. But I had a hellacious cough that I could not get rid of.
I'll get a fever.
4 weeks.
I'll get a fever. I might get shaky and stuff, but it's like a day. I get it for like a day, and then I'm done.
I never get fever. I felt like shit. I mean, I felt horrible, and I had that cough, and I finally went in, and they just upper respiratory infection. That's all they could tell me. That's all they'd ever say every time.
Really?
So I'm thinking I already had it.
Okay. Yeah, that's. It's one of those things when they're like, it's so terrible, but like.
Hopefully it's not like gonorrhea and just keeps coming back.
There's things you can do, Tommy, to prevent that. Stay away from them dirty holes.
I'll let my wife know you said that.
I didn't say your wife. I said stay away for them dirty holes. I didn't say dirty hose. I said holes. And yeah, if Susie has something, then I didn't know that. But
if she does, I don't know it either. So
the guys will drink once in a while. I don't know where you've been, how well you clean.
I can show you.
I mean, is the bleaching a constant thing?
No, once a week.
Does that burn?
That burns. That's why I'm down to once a week now.
Do you see that meme where it said the Lysol can says will kill 99.9% of the germs on the things you touch the most? He goes, I have a feeling this is gonna burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. So how about this weather? It was supposed to rain.
It's fucking crazy. I think Mother Nature has COVID right now.
Yeah, it was supposed to rain all weekend. It rained real good last night into this morning.
For a couple hours, yeah. It wasn't for long, but it was a hard downpour.
But it was supposed to just be rainy all day. I looked at it last night.
It was nice today.
And then it's supposed to hit again tonight, is what I'm hearing. And then it's supposed to rain again all day tomorrow. But it just feels like it rains and you get all this moisture and then it gets hot as hell.
It's humid as fuck.
Yeah, this muggy bullshit.
Yep.
I'm like, I wanted it like 10 degrees cooler with a slight breeze.
Today was nice actually though. I mean, even when the sun came out, it got a little muggy there for a while, but there was a nice little breeze that kept coming along with it, so it's pretty nice. We were out in the yard all day today. Her brother and mother and stuff came over, so that's what we were doing.
Oh, if I would have known you were home all day,
I was home all day. What do I do? I mean, seriously. I have no friends. I'm not invited anywhere.
I invite you here.
Twice now.
Hey, I'm getting better. Remember, you just never heard from me for like a year.
True. Very true.
So I'm getting better. This gives us something to do where we can actually like hang out by ourselves and bullshit like we like to and stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, we went home all day. Her mom and brother came over because not only is it Memorial Day, but Tuesday's her birthday also. So
you guys, I did see that you said you were doing something last night.
We went to Joelle's house last night.
I went out and hung out with my kid last night.
Yeah, I saw your video.
Did you see the video?
Where daughter prank war? Yeah, I saw that.
Kaylee's like, I don't have anything. So like I've been texting her ideas like, dump cold water on your mom's head. She's like, Mom says that's off limits because we've been doing it to each other too much. I'm like, okay, so you guys have been doing this for a while. Why haven't you been recording?
When she's sleeping, just put shaving cream on her hand and tickle her nose. And
I told her to do that.
Stuff like that.
I told her to do that. She said she didn't wake up on time to do that, but she's gonna try again tomorrow.
Set an alarm.
Yep. I was like, next time she asks you to get her water, like
put some cayenne pepper in it or something.
Just something. Do something.
Slip her some X-Lax.
Because I'm like, if there wasn't so many people in the house, I'd be like saran wrap the toilet and stuff like that, But it'd be her like that, her little brother or sister would.
The car.
Saran wrap the car?
We've done that before. We've done that.
I don't know how Amanda would take that though, because that's her brand new car. It won't hurt it, but...
Not gonna hurt it. Hey, she started the war, so... All's fair.
But she got her good.
Yeah,
she got her good last night.
I saw that.
So what she did, I tried to help. They bought new furniture, patio furniture, and that's what Kaylee was sitting in. And she's like, I don't want to get her when she's sitting in the new furniture. I was like, so I'm like, hey, honey, why don't you come sit next to me? So she was going to come sit next to me, but then her stepdad called her over to help with the laying out of the pool.
I was wondering if you were both involved in it, because I could tell that's what you were doing, but then he called her, and I was like, well, is he trying to avoid this happening, or what's going on?
No, she had said something to Mike about not wanting to do it in the chair, and she had said something to me too, but I was just like, all right, no problem. So like I called her and he called her at the same time. Well, then she went over there, so I was like, all right, Later Amanda was like, why didn't you get up and come over? I said, because then she'd have known something was up.
Yeah,
it was better for me to kind of chill there, and get what I got and
play normal.
Kaylee was not happy the rest of the night.
I bet.
Like she wasn't mad, but she wasn't like I think she was just more upset that she can't figure out what to do to get her mom back. And I keep giving her ideas, and she's
just tell her to Google it. That's what all kids do now.
Yeah,
Google it, find
I
all
said
kinds
you
of
watch
shit.
all these prank videos
No
and
shit.
the try not to laugh videos and stuff like that, and you have nothing? And she's like, oh no. Yeah, it was great. It was pretty funny.
Take dog shit, put it at the door handles of her car.
Oh, no, I don't know.
I've done that one
I was gonna
before.
say, I don't know if Kaylee could do that one though. Like,
Before.
come here, Buster.
not even dog shit. Get something like some sort of gel, any type of.
Or I thought like, like the hide all the toilet paper in the bathroom and then be like, Mom, I need toilet paper, and the chocolate
dude.
syrup on her hand.
That one's been played out though.
And, well, I mean, you're talking a mom and daughter thing, like there's so much stuff. And I told Amanda, I said, you're more evil than our daughter is. Like she wants to do this stuff, but like she just doesn't quite have
See, I'd have fun with this. I would do all kinds of crazy shit. It'd be bad.
I think I'm too lazy
I'd
to
put
really
dog
do
shit
a lot
in
of
the
that
bed.
stuff.
I'd do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Like I'm more of the pick on you, like the long game. Like we talked about with Robert, I find something and I turn it to like 12
Right.
and just keep going at it. So so I heard the other day you're a big wrestling fan.
Yes.
Or
most people who know me know that's my guilty pleasure.
And that's all right. Like I talked about, like the Van Damme movies were like my guilty pleasure. Like
I'd take wrestling.
it's about just as good of acting.
And I think the wrestlers act a little better, actually. Van Damme's not very good.
Debatable. Some of these wrestlers. But I heard that it's for sale. I heard McMahon's looking to sell.
It's a rumor about that. Everybody's thinking it because he's selling off a lot of shares of stock and stuff right now. Between him, his daughter, and his son-in-law, they've sold, between the three of them, they've sold off over, 5,000 shares of stock already.
Really?
Each of them getting back like $1.3 million out of what they sold.
Really?
I don't know if even if he was considering selling before all this pandemic shit hit, right now it definitely is not the time to sell. Because
everybody was like, it's because of the XFL crashing, and I'm all like, XFL was actually doing pretty well.
It was, and he filed bankruptcy on it, and now he is the one trying to buy all the assets out of bankruptcy. He's buying everything he had back on pennies on the dollar, but you don't have to pay all the creditors. All the creditors are taken care of now.
He's a smart businessman.
He's an asshole, but he's smart.
There's a reason that he's been on top for so long.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoyed the XFL while it was on. I enjoyed it the first...
Honestly, this time around I liked it a lot better.
I enjoyed it the first time it was there. I mean, because it was
a novelty thing at that point.
Yeah.
This time it was more sports related.
Yeah, and I like some of the rules that they had. I like some of the stuff that they...
the kickoffs, I like the way that was set up.
Yeah, that was pretty good, I thought.
The extra points where you have to go for, 2, 5, or 7.
Yep, instead of just like you're kicking an extra point. You get this extra point almost automatically. Rarely do they miss the extra point, but like...
Very rare. Well, they've here in the last 3 years, they've been missing a lot more. They moved it. They used to do it from the 2-yard line, which made it a 20-yard extra point, because it's about an 18-yard difference. They've moved it back to the 20 now, so it's like a 35-yard extra point. There's been a lot more misses now.
Yeah, but... no, I like how it's like, you're not kicking a field goal. You have to try making another touchdown.
Yep.
And then if you don't get those points, or they intercept it or something, and they make that touchdown, they get those points.
Yep.
Like the kickoff thing, I really liked, because people get hurt on punt returns, man.
NFL is trying to come up with ways to do stuff with their kickoffs too, but
last time XFL was around, they adopted some of their stuff.
Yeah.
I could about see, since it's not there anymore, them trying to do some of that stuff.
I could definitely see that happening.
So they're not dumb either. Like,
no, by no means.
There's a reason they've been on top for so long. you get the people that come through that try, and then they fail.
Vince McMahon is definitely he's a genius at a lot of things. That's sure. He's an asshole. He is self-proclaimed asshole. He'll tell you himself, but. There's no way, like you said, no way he's been on top now for, he bought it in 1981, bought it from his dad. So what are we talking, almost 40 years now he's been doing it, so yeah.
Yeah, well, like, think
I could do a deep dive on wrestling with
I was gonna say, but we could talk about like a lot of these guys that like we talked about Gene Simmons that last time, you know, self-proclaimed asshole, but like he's on top.
Oh yeah,
he's always gonna be a top. He walks into a room full of stars and like
everybody gravitates to him.
They're like, that's Gene Simmons, because this is a guy that started it all for him, you know, like modern rock and metal. Honestly, come on, people, wouldn't be where it is today without Kiss.
Oh no, not at all.
You have your other bands like your Black Sabbath and
you had Sabbath, you had Zeppelin, you had all those bands that helped start up a lot of that stuff. But Kiss learned early on how to take the glitz and the glamour and all that and turn it into a show. It wasn't. I don't think they ever made it about the music ever.
Right. Even Gene will say when they first started, they barely knew how to play.
Yep.
I mean, some will argue that they barely know how to play now. Depends on who's been in the band. Because Mark St. Paul was a freak, like the way he played, and that was a sad thing. The fact that he lost his hands pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, that's like Peter Criss, like his issue and everything with his wrists and everything. St. Paul's dead though, isn't he?
I think he actually died not too long ago actually.
Yeah, I thought Mark St. Paul's dead.
Mark St. John.
Sorry, St. John. My bad. Mark St. John. St. Paul. Paul Stanley.
Other than, I mean, Ace is always going to be my favorite guitar player, no matter
But that's
what.
it. He had his style is what made Ace so great. Because like I know on Sonic Boom they had the re-records or whatever, which was a re-release of something else that was already released at one point. But like Tommy is the one that plays on that one, right?
Yep.
Like Love Gun is one of my favorite songs.
And you can definitely tell the difference between Ace and Tommy though.
When they do the like, for the most part, the rest of the song sounds pretty good, but it's when you get to the solos.
Yep.
Ace was more stylistic and than Tommy.
Tommy's more by the book. This is what the notes are. This is what it's supposed to be. That's how I'm going to do it.
And didn't you say Revenge was like your favorite album?
Revenge is people think I'm crazy, but Revenge is my favorite Kiss album.
Love Revenge. I love Revenge.
Unholy is like one of my favorite songs.
Car Jam at the end is amazing.
To me, the ideal lineup would be like the original three and Eric Carr. I like Carr better than Peter Criss.
Yeah, well, more of a rock drummer. Chris is more of a in the groove kind of.
Eric Carr was just badass. That jam at the end of that album is
great.
Yeah.
Another thing that was a highlight of that, a lot of people might not know, is that was the first album that they let Bruce Kulick actually solo his own solos.
Yep.
Before that, everything was written for him. Paul Stanley would write all of his solos. So that was the first one. They were like, "You got this."
Yep.
So I think that was another thing that you let somebody with that kind of talent.
Bruce Kulick, I loved him.
Yeah,
he was great.
So
he got the shaft.
Yeah,
when this whole reunion type shit. After the makeup and everything came around.
You know, then he went out, and so did what's the drummer's name?
Eric Singer.
Eric Singer was out, but now Singer's back.
Singer's back, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Kulick had left for a while. Bayer came in before, in between whichever fucking reunion tour they were on at that point. Cause when Kulick, when he left out, because Frehley came back, and then when they 2000 roughly, right before Psycho Circus, I believe it was, when Ace left again.
No, he toured for Psycho Circus. It was when they got to their Australian show, their symphony, Kiss Symphony.
Yeah.
That's where Tommy took over because, and then it was interesting because like to know that Tommy was the one that was like helping Ace remember all the songs, and like, not to say that Ace didn't know how to play all of his songs, but when you've been around since the 70s and you don't play a lot of that
and done all the shit he's done since then.
Like, I'm sure he remembers the stuff he wrote.
Oh yeah,
but like
easily.
But the stuff that he probably didn't like playing, the stuff that Gene and Paul wrote, having to learn that. I also learned a new thing. Like, one of my favorite Kiss songs, is I Was Made for Loving You. I don't know why. It's always been one of my favorites.
The most disco radio
song ever. But like,
What's
gets me like.
What's really funny? When Susie and I first got together, she from what she knew, she hated Kiss. Could not stand anything Kiss. We were going somewhere, and I started playing something on it, and then that came on. She's like, "Oh, I love this song." I remember when I was a kid hearing it, I was like, "This is Kiss."
Yeah.
She's like, "No." I was like,
"Yeah." But Gene Simmons hates that song.
Oh yeah, Gene hates it. That was a Paul song, definitely.
Yeah, he said, the interview I watched, he said that Paul came in and was like, "Hey, I got a new song." He goes, "Listen to these lyrics, tonight, I want to give it all to you." And Gene's like, "Oh yeah."
I'm sure Gene hooked up for that.
"In the darkness, there's so much I want to do." And he's like, "Oh yeah, and what's my part?" He goes, "Do do 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 do." Oh, that's our timer.
Another topic.
We kind of, yeah. Well, we could talk all day about Kiss.
Yeah, no shit.
But going back to WWE and wrestling, I'm a big Tom Segura fan.
Oh God.
And Tom Segura does not like wrestling.
No, he does not. And wrestling does not like him now either.
Oh, I know. He told a story on his podcast about meeting Ric Flair, and he was like, okay, and one of his guys in his production crew is like a huge wrestling fan and a Ric Flair fan. He goes,
"How can you not be a Ric Flair?"
He goes, "I've never told you because that's how insignificant it was to me." Now, to argue here, yeah, he's like, it's fake. I think everybody, when somebody says it's fake, everybody automatically goes to they're playing, they're not really hitting each other. There is a level of pull where they don't actually hit each other. You're gonna sell it. Certain wrestlers are known for actually hurting other wrestlers and hitting other wrestlers. Like Goldberg's one of my favorites, and people hated wrestling.
He's just an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah, people hated wrestling Goldberg, but I loved watching Goldberg. Goldberg just pummel people.
Goldberg is one of the people who forgot to realize that it was predetermined and all of that. He started believing his own hype. He was a huge asshole.
But I loved it.
That's cool. Everybody has their people. I was not a Goldberg fan.
I like Goldberg. I like Warrior.
My God.
Warrior would come
assholes.
sprinting out, and you're just pumped. You're like, Hogan. I like the old guys. 2
out of 3 you just named are people that they didn't. No one liked working with, because Warrior hurt more people than pretty much anybody.
And he was batshit crazy.
Yes. Up until the day he died. Go back and read a lot of his interviews and
stuff. They're fucking batshit. I followed him on YouTube when he'd do his
he was horrible
stuff on YouTube. That stuff was great.
His political views and his views on a lot of things were.
Back to Tom. I think he agrees that there is a level of athleticism to it.
Yeah, there has to be, yes.
I mean, obviously, look at these guys. They're like, Greek gods. And, but he's talking about I would have never guessed, and how did they beat him? The fans that are
that buy into it and fully believe it.
Yeah, that, just that they were like, at the end of this, you win. We need to see this, that, and the other thing, and then what happens in between those, you guys can talk it out.
The way it's usually set up, not like I'm going behind the curtain or anything, but it used to be how it was. Basically, they would say, you have 15 minutes, this is the finish you want, go do what you gotta do. Mm-hmm. And they would call it in the ring. They would call their moves as they were going. Now, it's more of, they sit out and plan out the entire match before they get in there. Which is why it's so bad sometimes. You can tell when they fuck up now, because they're completely confused. They're like, okay, he fucked that move up. How do I go to the next move now?
Or how do I sell his fuck up?
Yeah, you'll see them go back and try the same move. If it didn't work, they go back and try to do it all over again. And that's like, no.
And see, I haven't watched any of the stuff during COVID.
Oh, it's horrible.
I imagine it would be awkward to watch.
There's no fans in there, and it's horrible because you can actually, you can hear every little thing. So when they even try to talk, it gets picked up a lot.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say about like some of these AEW. I watched a few of the AEW stuff, and it's not bad.
No, it's
But-
different. If you're an old school purist wrestling fan, you hate AEW because they make more. They pretty much just flat out come out and say, "Hey, we know wrestling's fake. We know this is that it's all made up and predetermined, and we're just going to show you how fucking we can just fuck it up any way we can." Because their characters they have on there, some of them are just ridiculous.
Yeah, well, the thing is they're giving everybody free range to write their own stories.
Pretty much, yeah.
Instead of having somebody write like a cohesive
Right.
narrative. You know, that's why the Monday Night Wars were so good, is that the writers that they had were actually good, arguably good. If you like Russo or not. I didn't like Russo.
I liked Russo in WWF
Yeah.
at the time because it was still WWF.
Get the F out. Remember that?
If McMahon had his way, it would not be World Wrestling Entertainment. It'd just be like Worldwide Entertainment. He wants to take wrestling out of everything. They're not allowed to say wrestlers on this show. They're not allowed to say they're superstars.
Oh, that's
They're
right.
not allowed to say. I mean, he takes anything wrestling related out of everything. Because it's to him, it's sports entertainment. It's not wrestling. It's not that anymore.
And I think that's where a lot of people have issue with it, because
Yes.
when you talk wrestling, like high school wrestling, college wrestling,
See, to me, that's not real wrestling.
it's grappling.
I'm from down south where wrestling, especially
Originated.
in the 70s and 80s,
Yeah,
was like
where it originated.
Yes.
But back to Tom, so like he's getting so much flack because he's like, it's fake. You guys need to why are you guys so like about this? But
It amazes me there's still people out there that believe in it. to
Yeah.
that degree. And honestly, a lot of the ones that do are, what's the nicest way of putting it? Some of the less intelligent people.
I mean, and then there's a thing about like somebody was, I can't remember what it was. They were talking about seeing it live. Somebody took them to see it live, and growing up a wrestling fan and stuff, and like I still enjoy watching it once in a while when there's nothing
Right.
else on to watch and everything, but I'm not like into all these characters and stuff. It just,
not
something's
anymore.
on, it's entertaining me,
Right.
picking it apart.
No, I'm bad about that. I'm really bad about
because
that now.
growing up in the Attitude Era during the wars and everything, like there was a lot of great
Oh yeah.
showmanship at that time with the Dudleys, with the Hardy Boys, with
Edge and Christian.
like they brought the whole tag team thing back
it all
and made
a
it,
lot more sense back then.
and
Now it's
the High Flyers and everything, and yeah, now it's, I don't know.
and with what Tom Segura said, I think he was saying he was saying how he really felt, but I also think it was over embellished for the effect of getting people riled up and everything. Also,
Oh, it has to be.
Do I think does he believe it's fake? I'm sure he does.
Does he not like it? Rub it up.
But he had to, he turned it up to the 10th degree to get people pissed off. And
Well, the fact that he was like, I think it's dumb, I think it's stupid, and and then it was when he goes, the people that don't like it are retarded.
yeah,
you know.
that's what.
And then everybody like goes off about it, but like, I can say the same about Nickelback.
Put him in a room, put him in a room with Ric Flair and have him tell Ric Flair it's fake, and let Flair put a figure 4 on him and see how fake it is. Stuff's not fake. It's choreographed. The moves hurt. If they done right, they fucking hurt. I've done. Ask my little brothers. I'll tell you the figure 4 hurts.
I've put plenty of people in the figure 4. I'm so big to where like be wrestling them, I'd get them in the figure 4 with my arms, and I would just stand up, and they'd be like, "Oh, let me go." So yeah, I mean, like if you ever watch Tom stand up,
I'd never even heard of him.
You've never heard
of this happen?
Oh,
never even heard of him.
His stand up is great. I think you would like his stand up.
I'll have to check it
Just
out.
the fact that he doesn't like wrestling, You know?
I know tons of people who don't, that I'm still talking to and everything.
I just said I'd say the same thing about Nickelback, and I realized after our last thing with Robert.
I like Nickelback.
Some of their songs are like a guilty pleasure. You're like, oh yeah, this is good. This feels good.
What gets me with them, because if you actually were around when they first came out, their very first album,
Yeah.
into everything after that, totally different.
Well,
Their very first album.
okay, the very first album was real grunge.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, but the reason people hate Nickelback is not so much the band, it's Chad.
Chad Kroeger.
Nobody likes Chad Kroeger.
I've met him. He's an asshole.
Yeah.
In real life.
And there's stories from other bands and everything about how he treats people that want to meet him, that try to talk to him, that are his fans, the people that are filling his pocket. And he's got them literally shoving their dicks in fans. That is one of those stories you heard. They got some guy that was so happy to be partying with them and drinking and stuff, and he got him to stick his dick in a fan. Like, first off, that's die-hard fandom there. Like, anything for you, Chad.
I wouldn't do that for Gene Simmons.
No, but I'm just saying, like, when you do those frat boy things to your fans, and then you get pissed when people boo on you, and then you start trashing bands that are actually better than you. Like, there was this thing where he was saying that Stone Sour, Corey Taylor, just wanted to be Nickelback. And I'm like, Stone Sour is way better than Nickelback could ever hope to be. Yeah, they experimented. Their first few albums were all a bit different in tone and stuff.
The reason that band was, that's why Corey Taylor went out from Slipknot and kind of did that, to have a different, be able to experiment with different stuff like that.
Right. Well, Stone Sour was his original band before he even joined Slipknot.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
Yep. So he went back and got those guys, and like half the band is actually Slipknot.
Yeah.
Like the guitar player and everything is from Slipknot. So, but yeah. Now after Chad Gray died, it feels like he found where that band's gonna be, because House of Golden Bones Part 1 and 2, and then I can't remember the name of the last album. They have pretty much a solid tone between those three albums. I think there might have been another one in there, but no. But that's why people don't like Nickelback. Is Chad Gray is an asshole. Now
Chad Kroeger.
Chad Gray is dead. Not an asshole. He's dead.
Could have been an asshole.
Rest in peace. Everybody seemed to really like Chad Gray, but Chad Kroeger is an asshole, and that's what gives them so much flack. People will talk about hanging out with the band. They like the band. They don't like him.
I was at a friend of mine back home was getting signed to a developmental deal with Roadrunner Records, which is Chad Kroeger's record label, and they had like a release party for this demo he did, and I was there. I got to go to it, and he was there, and he was a fucking ass to everybody. Wouldn't talk to anybody. If he did, he was talking down to folks, just being a dick to everyone.
Now, I won't throw it out there, but is that because of your cousin?
Oh.
You had to think about it.
It took me, I was like, what are you talking about? That could quite possibly be.
I love that you had to think about it. I'm all like,
well, I had to stop him, and was like,
caught him on this one.
Well, he's not even in that band anymore. He's been gone for like the last.
Oh, for a long time.
Yeah.
And that band's nowhere near as good as it was.
Oh, nowhere near as good now. No.
So, but yeah, I don't know. No, we've been on a pretty solid roll here. Like, it's been a pretty good day. I've been pretty pumped about it. I was really excited about the studio, getting this up and going.
It is nice.
This has been in my head for so long.
You just need a fluff girl for, when you get started, and it'll be okay.
Move.
Not for me. I mean, not for me or anything.
if anybody's looking for studio space, wink, wink, wink.
We have a casting couch and all.
Yeah. Yep. We can rent out the space. We could probably put a bed over here in this little space. Move the table out. Yeah. So I think 127 Studios Entertainment and Productions, Sano Rocks Productions. So I think it will be 127 Studios Entertainment and Productions. The subsidiaries will be Sano Rocks Productions. That'll be the porn. And then you got Cherish Gems Photography. And then you got DJ Sano Rocks. And I don't know. Somebody gave me that name one time because I was. Did I get it?
That's talent.
Did I get it?
Wax on.
No,
Wax on.
I didn't get it. It's still here.
You have to use chopsticks to do it.
But no, I was pumped, and then I was like, I need to get a podcast done, and I need to get it done today. And everybody else I seem to call are like, yeah, I'm down, but then they don't answer when.
Oh, so I was not first choice, is what you're saying.
No, I knew I wanted to have the Memphis Maniac here. Like I said, you're probably gonna get a spot on the page.
Okay. Is there royalties involved in this, or?
Oh no, then there's no spot on the page. Remember, I sponsored this. This is all me, buddy.
You're rolling in the dough.
It's more like it's like flying out the hand as quickly as I'm getting it.
You'll get there. You'll get some sort of sponsorship at some point. We just have to find someone who
enjoys what we talk about.
Right. That's the hard part, though.
Like I put on Facebook a bunch of nobodies talking about things you don't care about.
That's the hard part. Is finding someone who either likes what you're doing or doesn't give a shit what you're doing, and will sponsor it no matter what the hell you're saying or doing.
Well, like I was telling somebody, they were like, "What about sponsors?" I said, "It's kind of a catch-22.
Yeah.
You get a sponsor to get more views and more more likes and stuff, so you can get your name out there.
Right.
But you have to get more views and more likes and stuff to get a sponsor.
Yeah.
So that's why you gotta go with the social media. That's why you gotta
definitely
talk about it every chance you get, word of mouth. Getting this on Spotify and Google Podcasts and stuff.
I'm not going to say shocked, but it caught me off guard when you said you're on Spotify. I was like, damn.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, they'll just put any fucking thing on there, won't they?
Pretty much. It was a simple app that I was able to get it all set up on and stuff, and on there it talks about looking for sponsors and stuff, trying to help people that are doing the podcast.
Well, there's certain sponsorships out there that if you listen to a lot of podcasts, especially like Podcast One or Westwood Media, they have certain sponsorship that they sponsor all their shit.
Yeah.
You'll hear all the Blue Chew ads or the Manscaped ads, or
right.
They sponsor on all those shows.
Yeah.
They're like sponsorships that you look strictly for podcasts to go on to.
And see, I'm like, what would
Blue Chew ad? That's what you got to get into Blue Chew.
I'm like, what? I don't get the whole sponsorship thing. They're paying you.
Well, they pay you money, so therefore, they pay you to. In your show
to say their stuff.
You promote their shit. Ads here and there. Yeah. So and the more money you get money from them, then you can elaborate the studio more, and more money coming in, and more shit you can do.
So the crack house goes away, and it's all business.
No. We keep the crack house. Never mind. But there are
just need more crack whores.
There are a lot of sponsorships out there they gear strictly toward podcasts. So that's what you could look into. I'm telling you, Blue Chew is the way to go.
Blue.
You don't know what that is?
No.
Oh my God, you have to look up Blue Chew. It's
Blue.
Pretty much BLUECHEW. Blue Chew.
HEW. Blue Chew.
Yeah. It's basically it's like over-the-counter Viagra and Cialis.
That's what I want to do. Is I want a goofy sponsor that it's people are really.
We get done, I'm gonna pull up a Blue Chew ad, because it's funny because they do a lot of the podcasts hosts. They do live reads of those ads, and it's fucking hilarious.
And that's pretty much what we do here, unless they have something they want me to plug in between every 27.
They don't give you anything. They let you pretty much.
Give you a
They'll
script.
give you a copy. They'll give you like bullet points to what to hit, and they'll let you do it yourself. It's hilarious.
But to sponsor things, you have to actually use them, don't you? Like at the same time, that would be.
Well, they're not.
All right, boner pills.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be like, this is the greatest thing ever. Trust me.
They're chewable tablets, basically. I'll give you the whole read. I listen to all of them. They're chewable tablets that, since they're chewable, they get into your system quicker. So, say you're fixing to be hooking up with your girl later on. 20 minutes beforehand, you pop one, and it's not for people who have erectile problems. They make sure to say that. It's just, it helps to intensify and make things go longer.
It's not a boner pill, but it's a boner pill.
Exactly. And what's the other? Manscaped. That's the other one. It's
the lawnmower and this and that. Yeah. Stuff's good.
Those two are big in all podcasts. If you listen to a lot of podcasts, those are the two main ones.
6.5 hours?
Yes.
Jesus.
The last one I just updated to that came out today, it is...
It's like I like listening to Kevin Smith.
6 hours, 29 minutes.
Which, that's a full-time job.
Yeah, well, that's what a lot of these guys, they're like sports writers and stuff like that who have podcasts also.
See, like, I've been like, since I'm doing this, I should start watching the news more. But one of the things I found about most of the guys that want to come on here, the people my friends and stuff that I've had coming on, they don't want to talk about the news. They don't.
I watch the news every single day.
And all it does is, anytime I watch it, it depresses me.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, I don't like watching the news.
That's why it's there.
I like to talk to people and get how they're feeling and like just regular bullshit. Like, I feel like this has probably been one of the best episodes. Just me and you bullshitting. Like, when it flows so well.
Right. We have such similar interest in almost everything. It makes it a lot easier.
Exactly. So, yeah, instead of going, what do we talk about next? Because we've had our downbeats, but like we take right off after that. Yep. But it's great. Like I said, I suffer from anxiety and depression and stuff, and we've done. This will be the 6th episode. And just doing these 6 episodes, I feel better about things. Having a creative outlet outside of work and my regular home life and stuff, like, I feel so much better. Because
you're actually doing something. You're not sitting in there
staring.
For lack of a better way, waddling in your own shit and getting depressed and everything.
Right.
You're outletting some kind of way now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I love it. Another thing about this is that it's super nice that, like, if I do get some photography work, I can throw a backdrop up over this, and then I've got my lights and stuff already set up. But most people like natural light anymore, so you do most of your shoots outside. I've rarely had indoor shoots.
You haven't been doing much photography, have you? I haven't seen much.
No.
Have you posted anything?
I've been.
Sister taking all your business.
She's a lot better at the media work, the advertising and stuff. She's really good at that. She puts a lot of time into it. She's time that I just don't have.
Time, no.
But she's actually doing pretty well for it now. She's got a lot of people and returning clients and stuff like that. I had a lot of people like, oh, we're totally going to come to you for the next kid that graduates and stuff, but then you never hear from them, or they're like, hey, we're getting married. I do have a wedding coming up in August.
Stupid people.
But like,
don't do it. It's a trap.
That's a rarity. Weddings are hard to get into, but this is a friend, so she wants me there. And she was like, well, I want you to enjoy yourself, but like, would you want to do the photography work? I'm like, definitely.
Are you paying me? Then yes.
Yeah.
I would.
No, they're definitely paying me. I don't make specials for anybody. Like, I get people who like, they'll be like, come on, I'm your best friend. No, you're not. Pay me.
I can attest to it. Nobody gets a deal.
Yeah,
know.
returning. Well, you guys are returning clients though.
We've had 2 with you so far.
Yep, you guys went. We did
One at the pit.
and then you guys came in and we did the family pictures and stuff. So, yeah, you guys are returns. So, but again, when we get along so well, it's not like it's working. So that's kind of also why I kind of dropped off doing it. Like, I like doing my photography and doing that stuff, but it started feeling like a job.
Right. Yeah.
And when I was working all the time, I was just like, I gotta step back.
Yeah.
So I already work full time. I don't need another full time.
You don't do shit at work. That's just what I've heard.
My job is not to do.
You forget. At our place.
Yeah.
We get your fucking rejects. It's starting to get really old now.
My job is not to do their job. My job is to make sure that they're doing their job. If I'm doing their job, I don't need them to do their job.
That's the philosophy I've always had. I've been in management. Well, this is actually the first hourly paying job I've had in 25 years. It's really, really weird. I like it because now when I work 50 hours a week, I'm getting paid for 50 hours a week. Used to, it never worked that way, but that's how I always felt. I'm not paying you to watch me do your job. If I got to do your job, I don't fucking need you. I can replace you with somebody else. We go through that at work now. People are like, well, he keeps calling in all the time. Why are they not firing him? Well, we can't afford to lose him. He's not fucking here anyway. So what does it matter? When he's calling in 3 days a week, I mean, it's not like, what are we replacing? I mean, anything's an upgrade. I mean, what are we losing? We're losing somebody that showed up twice a week. That's it.
I hate, and this has been any place I've worked, like, when you get busy, they just want bodies.
Yeah, I hate that.
And it's
that's kind of where we are right now.
I'd rather put the time in to training somebody that's gonna get it and do well at it than putting a lot of time into somebody that's gonna half-ass it, not really get it, and then they're gonna leave.
When I was running restaurants, that's how I was. I'd end up running short-staffed for quite a while because I interview people and I was very picky about who I would take. I mean, just because you came in and passed the mirror test, I wasn't hiring you. But
at the same time, I'm a terrible trainer. I am one of the people that will just railroad right over you and do it. Like, or if I'm trying to let you do it, I get really frustrated that you're not doing it right. Like,
I used to be that way.
At work, I have a laser pointer now.
God damn.
Well, because I would spend so much time.
Did he follow them?
Pretty kind of, but it's because like I put my hand in front of the screen to show them where things are all the time.
Right.
And I'm like, no, go here, no, here, right. And like on the screen you got all the little things, you know, and right. Like they're like this one, no, the other one, no, the other one, you know, like so now I get the little laser pointer and keep my hand out of the way, and I'm like, okay, so you got to go there, then go there, then go there. Like it's actually a pretty handy tool. I
was a training manager when I was in the restaurant business for like 7.5 years. So I've got people who know me will say I'm lying, but I have patience with people when it comes to shit like that.
See, I don't.
People outside of work, I don't have patience for stupidity then. But at work, yeah, because I'm trying to get you trained to where I'm not having to do your fucking job anymore.
I have patience to a point.
Oh yeah, if you're not getting it after a while, then
I'm like done.
I cut bait and it's time to go.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just the way it is. I've always been that way.
But yeah, it's yeah. I'll just be like, oh God, again, you know, like one of those things. But
you gotta learn to be patient.
Yeah.
If you keep stepping in and doing shit for them or whatever, then they're never gonna get it, and it's gonna be your job forever. If they're the way I look at it, if they're trying and they're making an effort and it's still taking a little while, that's one thing. But if they're just half-assing it because they don't really want to fucking do it, then that's no. If I see an effort being made, I'll keep working with them.
But as to the I don't do anything at work,
I did have one person tell me that.
My biggest thing is just that like I get mentally exhausted because you know who's supposed to be doing what. And you're trying to get them to do such, and they, I don't know, like.
Believe me, I know.
When they want to argue up, and you're like, "What are you doing?"
No, I had one person at work say that, and I would say who their name on here right now, but I know they actually watch these because the last time I was on here, I got comments the next day at work. So
You don't have to. But it's, I don't know. It is what it is, and it's an ex-Umbrella Corporation employee. We don't. I try not to mention the name.
I'm trying to think.
Resident Evil. Umbrella Corporation.
Gotcha.
Matt said that last time. I was like, everybody keeps dropping the company name, and I'm trying to veer from that, and then. But everybody, but when you know, that's...
Oh, shit, I did say it, didn't I?
Yeah, you've said it a few times.
My bad.
And I'm like... But,
I know what you're saying.
But, because they've got all their stuff, and I'm just like... Maybe I should start bleeping this thing.
Forget everything I said.
Forget everything I said. I don't think you said anything bad. I'm just saying, I just try keeping out of it.
I was trying to make sure not to for the longest time, and all of a sudden it came out.
I'll just, on this wall behind me, I'm going to put the rules.
Yeah. Yeah, that way I can always be...
be like, so, what'd you do at your place of employment? All right, Tommy. Well, I think this has been a great day. Thanks for coming over, man.
No problem.
Have you on more.
Still haven't seen the bitches in below I was promised, though.
They're coming.
I think my wife would not appreciate that. She'd be mad at both of us. I'd be divorced and you'd be a disowned family member.
Yeah, I don't like that idea, because I like Susie. I like having her in my life.
I like her too, for the most part, most of the time. Sometimes she likes me.
But you don't even listen to this, so.
I think she listened to one, she said.
Oh,
she said you asked her about coming over.
Yeah, she was, I haven't even listened to any, and I'm all like, what?
She's listening to a lot of podcasts now, too, so she has no excuse.
Yeah. Get on it.
There you go.
When you know somebody, do it.
Get on her ass.
When you know it and your husband's on it, you do it. You listen to
That's probably the reason she won't. She hasn't deal with me enough. She doesn't want to have to hear me when I'm not around.
Wait till I figure out how to do these live.
That'd be cool. Because then have Facebook Live going behind so people can ask questions. Yeah,
and we could talk.
That'd be cool.
You got to get more people to follow, though.
Oh, we can do that. I'll just threaten people at work.
All right. Well, I've been Clinton. That is Tommy. And remember, why be like everybody else when you can be somebody else? Thanks for watching, guys.
That's cool.